Well, back to Fog Racing troops. Max Verstappen has been doing the headlines yet again as he turned around and said that if he was in the McLaren, he would have won the championship and much sooner. Drama. But let's break it down, alright? Let's actually break this down and talk about it, right? So, essentially, you had like the first few races, right? Which I believe, was it the first 5 races? Max won 4 and Sainz won Australia. I believe that's how it went, right? And the Red Bull was dominant. It was. I mean, obviously, Perez got a few podiums. When you look at where Perez is now, it's quite clear the car was a lot better. I mean, honestly, what do I actually think? Do I think Max Verstappen would have won the championship in the McLaren? Yeah, I think he would have. And I think he actually might have won it sooner. I mean, you can't guarantee things would change, right? But you got to look at it and think, right, look at McLaren when they've had the fastest car. There's only a few races where Norris actually delivered, right? And that's Sandford and what's the other track? Singapore. See, he won Miami, right? And that was a good drive, but like, see, there were so many other tracks with McLaren, like one of the top teams, or the top team, and they just couldn't get over the line. It was honestly baffling. And honestly, it's like you look at Mercedes, right? See the races where Mercedes have been, it's been cold and their car's ticked and it's, clicked. They've ended up winning those races. So for me, I like Oscar Piastri and Norris, but you can't help but feel that they are almost like a step below, the other 5 drivers in a way, because when Mercedes have been on top, they win. I feel like with Ferrari, the fastest car, they win. You look at the amount of races that Norris got overtaken like really easy because he refused to close the the inside door, the inside line, and it's like Max just doesn't let that happen. Like how many races? I think it was up to Singapore that every race Norris had been on pole, or even where he started, he'd lost positions at the start. And see, to win championships, man, you can't do that unless you've got like a dominant car. And yeah, I think the McLaren, it was never a dominant car, but it was the fastest car, and there's a key difference, folks. And I think Max would have won it. I mean, he says he would have won it earlier. You never know. Like honestly, the Red Bull has been 3rd/4th fastest car for like 5 months, easy, maybe 6 months. And there's some races where it's 4th, and you look at Perez, and I mean, it's obviously McLaren this season have been consistently the fastest. There's a dog sitting there pulling me, man. I was like, what are you doing, Jake? But in all seriousness, you look at it and think, I don't think it's up for debate, right? Who was the fastest car at one point this season, complete? Like, who had the biggest gap? It was obviously Red Bull in those first couple of races, right? I don't think anyone's going to deny that. But who was consistently the fastest car? I'd say it's McLaren. Ferrari's a tough one because they started 2nd fastest. Then when McLaren got good and Red Bull fell away, Ferrari completely just there was a few races, man, with Leclerc didn't even get points, he was getting lapped. And that's really, if Ferrari turned that around and actually compete up the top and beat Max, that's where your championship could have had swings. But Max is the best, man. It is what it is. And you know what, I'm sick of this. Well, I mean, I believe Max only had 2 points taken out of him since Miami or whatever, right? See, next season we all start from 0. I'm praying, man, that the cars at the top are this close, because it's going to be a championship fight for the ages. Because even though Max at the 7, I think, will be fighting, is the ball. I mean, it depends who Red Bull bring in, but I'm going to go 7. You still fancy him like you would, but next season, if the cars stay this close that they have this season, I can't explain how great it's going to be, man. It just will be, because naturally when there's a championship on the line, it matters more. It's it's good watching Qatar here and it's good watching Abu Dhabi at the end, but reality is, folks, it matters more than the money on it.